Hey guys, so today we're going to be multiplying fractions. I know yesterday was a little bit confusing, and the more that you practice it, the more you'll understand it, of course, but this is going to be a shortcut way. Just regular multiplying fractions, easy peasy, and the long way will start making more sense the more that we can figure this out with the short way. That doesn't make any sense. So the harder way will make more sense in the long run once we start getting the hang of this. So, all right. So there's going to be 3 steps. This is super simple, easy peasy. This is pretty much the same thing as when you're adding fractions together. So there's 3 steps. Multiply your numerators. So multiply the top. Okay, multiply the denominator, next step. Okay, and then simplify. Easy peasy. Okay, so I'm going to do a few examples, and I'm actually going to do it with the model so you can see why the model works. Okay, so first I'm just going to multiply and show you how to do that. Then I'm going to bring back what we learned yesterday, the model, so that way I can show you why do we need to know how this works. How does it work that we're multiplying these together and we get this answer? Okay, so we got example 1. 5 6 times 3 fourths. Okay, so step 1 says multiply the numerators. What's 5 times 3? So we're multiplying those. 5 times 3, 15. Okay, step 2, multiply the denominators. Okay, these ones. 6 times 4, 24. Okay, step 3, simplify. Can I simplify? Can I divide the top and bottom by something to make it smaller? Yes. I can divide the top and bottom both by 3, and I'm going to get 5/8. Okay, so my answer is what? My answer is 5/8. Okay, so let me do this with using the squares, and I'm going to show you why this works. Okay, so remember, the first step 1 was to draw a square. Okay, and then I'm going to pick a spot for 5 6. I'm going to do the 5 6 on the side, and then the 3 fourths on the top. Okay, so 5 6. What is that telling me to do? It's telling me to cut my square, cut my pizza into 6 parts. Okay, this tells me the total, and the 5 tells me how many I want to shade. Okay, so I'm only going to shade in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? Okay, I'm done with the 5 6. I don't need to worry about that anymore. I already took care of it. Okay, now this 3 fourths is telling me to cut my pizza into 4 parts. So I'm going to go down this time. This way it's telling me to go down. That's why it's on the top. It's going up and down. This one's on the side, going side to side. Okay, so this 3 fourths is telling me go down and cut it into 4 parts. Okay, now the top is telling me how many to shade in. So I know it's confusing because of the lines that are going this way, but you have to imagine that those aren't there. You have to imagine that it just looks like this. Okay, don't worry about all of the lines that are going that way. Okay, so how many am I shading in? I'm shading in 3. It's going to look like this, 3. Okay, but I want to do it on this one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, same thing. Okay, but this is the one I want because this is what it's showing to multiply. Okay, okay, so now How many are double shaded? Count the ones that are double shaded, and that's my numerator. Okay, so how many are double shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 over this. And this is why I keep stressing to you guys to follow the steps. All I'm doing is following the steps from yesterday. Step 1, draw a square. Step 2, cut it into those vertical lines. Step 3, cut it into the horizontal lines. Step 4, count the squares that are double shaded. I just did that, counting the squares that are double shaded. Step 5 was to count the total number of squares in that box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4 is 24. So there's 24 boxes here, okay? And then step 6, simplify. If I divide top and bottom by 3, I get the same answer, okay? So yes, this is the shortcut, that's the easy way, but this is telling you how, why I can get this answer. Guys, it's really important to understand why you do things. Why does it work? Okay? I didn't learn this way when I was younger. I learned this way. Easy peasy, this is how you do it. But when I went over this and I was like, it makes sense. Why I get this answer, this is a picture of why it works. Okay? So some of you guys were asking, how do you multiply two fractions and you get a smaller number? Well, if a fraction is a part of a whole, it's a part of something. So like a pizza, a full one pizza, okay? And if I have part of that pizza, okay, and then I cut it into smaller parts of that pizza, okay, I'm gonna continue getting smaller parts of the pizza, okay? So I'm not gonna get any whole numbers of the pizza or huge amounts of like 10 pizzas from one pizza. No, I'm not going to get that. So, okay, that was maybe a bad example, but, and we'll explain that a little bit more. We'll go into more depth with that. So, all right, so this is what I want you guys to know today, okay? So this is the why. This is why it works. All right, we're going to do a few more quick examples just of the multiplying part, and then you're done. Okay. I'm not going to do the why anymore because I just want to show you one example of why it works. This is example 2, okay? I have 8 as a whole number, so it's a big number, times 1/6, okay? Whenever I see a whole number like this, I'm going to draw an imaginary 1 over 1, okay? So now it reads 8 over 1 times 1/6, and that just helps me see that I need to multiply the top together and multiply the bottom together, okay? So anytime you see a whole number by itself, you need to draw an imaginary 1 down there, okay? So 8 times 1, 8, 1 times 6, 6, okay? And you also need to simplify it. You will get 1 and 2/6. How do I get that? You divide, and this is 1 and 1/3, okay? This is easy peasy stuff. All right, I'm gonna do one more example. Okay, example 3. 8 times 3/4. Okay, so what did I say to do? If there's a whole number by itself here, I said to draw an imaginary 1 underneath it. So this becomes 8 over 1 times 3/4 equals 8 times 3. So all I'm doing is multiplying across. Is 24. 1 times 4 is 4. 24 over 4, if I were to divide that, what am I going to get? I'm going to get 6. 6 and what? Any remainder? No, there's no remainder, so there's no fraction left over. The answer is just 6 as a whole number, 6. All right, so this is going to be easy today. All you're doing is multiplying straight across and then simplifying. Don't forget, you need to make sure that you simplify. All right? All right, guys.